My bad. I changed it up.
Oh, you did. I was like,
Hold
wait a
on.
second, where's the entry? Where's
Hold
the
on.
intro?
I'm gonna play it right now.
All
I
right.
messed up.
At Get Haunted and Get Haunted Midwest, we don't just put on events, we give you an experience. Grab the gear, master the methods, use the tools the professionals use to bridge the gap. From the Estes method to traditional seances, you aren't just watching the investigation, you're part of it.
Repeat peanut butter.
Capture the evidence, hear the voices, experience the history firsthand. Every event is structured so you rotate through the most active spots, learning from the best. The spirits are waiting. Secure your tickets now at extremeticketing.com. Ready to join the hunt? Here's where we'll be. Join Get Haunted and Get Haunted Midwest at these historic locations. Tickets for all events are available now at extremeticketing.com. Don't be left in the dark.
All right.
Okay, it's now, it's official. It's Wednesday
Yeah.
live. You're here with Rob and Sarah, your paranormal besties. Hey,
Yeah.
Rob.
Yeah. Hey, Sarah. How are you? All right. Yeah, it just didn't feel right not playing that. However, we're gonna have to modify it. Hey, Chris, if you're watching, like, we gotta update that mofo, and I don't have the source.
No.
So yeah, here we are, Wednesday night, 8 p.m.
Mhm.
How you doing?
I'm good. I'm in a undisclosed location this
Yeah,
evening.
she's in the
Um,
witness protection program now.
I kind of am, I feel like. So yeah, my hair's kind of a little crazy from being wind whipped. Um, but I am doing my thing right now and I'm here. So you have to tell me, like, can I flail tonight? Like, is my internet
Yeah,
good?
yeah, your internet there is good, so
Good. Yeah.
you might want to stay. You can keep doing shows.
Yeah. So, but before we get talking, we should say hello to everybody because that is why we're here. And I'm like, so, but before we say our hellos, like I am eyelashless. I like to wear my lashes. Like that's my makeup. I just wear fake
Yes.
lashes. They make me happy. They make me feel good. They make me feel confident. And I have not worn them now for, I think we're on week 2. Um,
Roughly, yeah.
yeah. So I
Yep.
I actually thought I had a lash in my eye. I was like, oh my gosh, something's wrong with my eyeball. Rubbed it, couldn't figure out, putting eye drops in there, nothing changed. Um, Let it go for a couple days. And then I went to the eye doctor and he's like, nah, you got an abrasion. You got a little abrasion there, right? So not a big deal. Right in the center of my eye. So, now you're putting all sorts of eye drops in your eyes to make sure you don't get an infection. But he was like, I want to make sure though that you're really good. So you're going to go see a cornea specialist. And I was like, okay, we'll do that. Um, Walked in and I was all excited. I thought I was going to get a pirate patch, is what I thought. I was kind of like, this is my big moment,
It
right?
was. You were. She ain't lying.
Yeah, I'm not lying. And then I went in, and she was so cool, and she was like, yeah, your abrasion is super tiny, but what you do have is, she said, normally your cornea is nice and smooth like this. That's how your eye should look. Yours is like this, all wrinkled up. Which is, of course, another genetic defect that Sarah Jane has. I'm just all sorts of defect.
You're a you're a mess. You got crooked feet, wrinkly eyes,
I'm a
bad heart, bad
defective
no
model.
appendix. Yeah. So welcome to the quarterly Sarah medical issue update. You know, this is the a woman that has never had a cavity, right? Like,
That's the one non-defect that I have.
yeah, and
Yeah.
So the rest of you is making up for your.
It's making up for the no cavity,
For that.
but it was a nice simple fix. They took a tiniest, sharpest pair of tweezers. They numbed my eye and they just pull that wrinkle right off. And I have a contact now that I've been wearing in my eye as a
Pass out.
band-aid until I am done doing what I am doing.
Oh.
So yeah, that was my fun, and no patch. I was kind of bummed. So no lashes.
You don't need a prescription for a patch. There's patches. They got them right there at CVS, Walgreens, wherever you want. You could probably, if you want, I'll ship you one.
How about if I get one, can you put the logo on it?
I did. I photoshopped one on there. I designed your next patch, so I think it would look cool.
Yeah.
I do think that would look really freaking cool.
Yeah, that's my new thing. So anyways, this is all natural. This is what you're getting. So no fake lashes, but let's say hello to everybody because that is why we are here tonight. Stace, Shift and Perspective, Professor T right here in the house. How the heck are you doing, Stacy? Uh-oh. Yo. Miss Lori is in the house. Hello, Lori. How are you doing? I feel like I haven't talked to her in, I don't know, ages. It's been ages. Sandy, my girl Sandy right here, bringing it in. Give that little baby pickle a big giant kiss for us. Ryan is the R in CNR Paranormal right there in the Midwest, I believe, Iowa. Those young gentlemen are. Stephen Kmetz, Digging Deeper Paranormal right here. How the heck are you doing? And Chris Cash, the C in CNR. They're always like they're always right there with each other.
Love that mofo.
Icy Spirit right here. Hey, Icy, how you doing, sweetie? Hope you're well. Kaylee, there's the Miss Basinger is with us this evening. We just saw her this weekend. Mark Brown had a big weekend. He was off to one of his favorite locations. He was with Bloodline Paranormal, and I believe Big Daddy Andy. Yeah. They were doing a little investigation together. Can't wait to hear about that. Miss Kim, we saw Kimberly this past weekend as well. There's beautiful Kimberly. There she is. Angelina, my heart buddy, right here. Hey, Angelina, how's that ticker doing? I hope you are doing so well. She's at a meeting tonight. So, and there's Rick. There's Mr. Rick, R&R Paranormal. How you doing? That's all that have so far identified themselves. Say hello to us. Hello to you if you have not.
We got most of them. We might have a surprise pop up in the middle of this. Who knows? It wouldn't be unusual. So, yeah. God, we've been working on a lot of stuff, which we'll present to all of you here shortly. But what else? Is there anything else you wanted to talk about before we?
I don't even know. Well, I want to say thank you to everybody that has been supportive, to be kind, or I'm sorry, to be badass and kind. BBK, thank you so much for all that work. I had some amazing photos taken by Miss Kaylee this weekend. She was like, hey, I saw a great location right there in Blairstown, New Jersey. She's like, if you have any chance, like, would you be interested? And I was like, well, heck yeah. I mean, if you haven't seen Kaylee's photography, it's quite amazing. Very excited. So thank you, Kaylee. Beautiful pictures done by Kaylee. But thank you, everybody who has been supporting my efforts. I've been watching some coin drops. I got to do some coin drops and sticker drops as I've been traveling. And I don't know, but I have to say it makes me feel really good to do that, to leave something behind or to give something to somebody and just make them kind of go, oh, thank you for doing that.
Yeah, I got to get this dude this Dave his coins here this week. He's patiently waiting for them. So
that was one of the pictures that Kaylee took. Yeah, she does such a great job. She does all the editing. Forgotten Frames. If you do not follow that page, go do yourself a solid and follow Kaylee in her photograph journey. Thank you again, Kaylee. I look forward to more. Not always comfortable in front of the camera, but she just snaps away and talks you through it, and it's rather awesome. And there we go. Kittens have taken over the bathroom. We heard about these kittens. They took them over.
Congratulations on your new kittens.
Yes, new kids. Roxy and
Starts with an M, I think. Milo.
Roxy and who? Remind me, Rick.
Mittens?
No, not Mittens. Hey, Lisa. Not Mittens. Roxy and Mackie?
Something like that.
Mackie? I can't remember, but they
Come
got
on,
it.
give us the 411.
Some new family member. Mickey. I was close. Mickey.
So, yeah, all good stuff. You know, we had the inner eye, and always good to see everybody there. They're on the fourth leg of it in next month, and I'm excited to see how it wraps up and what it means to everybody at the end, and what they walk away from it with.
Yeah.
So anyone that's watching that is part of this first iteration of the inner eye, get ready, because you're going to be doing a little talking at some point next month. So yeah. Hey, Micah. Good to see you. Hold on, we'll wait for Sarah to get back.
Yeah, I'm right here.
Okay. So yeah, the inner eye, busy weekend, and then back to reality here, trying to get some work done, trying to get some things ready to share with all of you. And that's probably the bulk of. Okay, appreciate that, Trev. Let me see. Oh yeah, he's right. It's the wrong mic. Sarah didn't notice either.
Well, I'm also not using my normal earphones, and I don't have my microphone tonight. So
how do I sound?
There you go.
Yeah.
Thank you, Trev.
Thank you, Trev. Yeah, I had it on the wrong setting. So, because I was testing everything out earlier on one of the things that we're going to talk about here shortly. Should we just jump into it or what?
Let's just jump into it. I mean, that's what this is all about. Some information that's going on right here at Get Haunted.
So I posted this earlier. I got permission because I don't use Sarah's pictures without asking. And so I did, and I got the heart on the comment, but I wasn't sure. I'm like, fuck it, I'm doing it. If she doesn't like it, well, she doesn't like it. But yeah, basically I was like, let's do something. What year was The Matrix? I don't even remember.
Oh gosh.
But this is The Matrix, right? So what if we told you, that the way we interact with all of you is about to change, and we want you to be a part of it. And that's it's something we've been working on. How long now? A few months, couple months?
A few months, yeah.
I mean, we kicked around the idea, and there was a lot of research that went into it, a lot of learning. But in the end, I think we landed on a really cool offering of sorts for all of you. Should we just show them, or how do you want to do that?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey, Patrick Doyle.
I'm going to share my screen so you all can be seeing it. And I got to make sure I'm on the right one, because apparently I have it open a bunch of times, or more than once. Yeah, this should work. Maybe. Can you all see that?
I can see it.
All right. So, well, let me do this real quick. I didn't do this the right way. So we talked about this a while ago, and we hinted at it, and then it stalled. We get wrapped up in all the other crap that happens and all the events and whatnot. But Get Haunted University is something it's another thing that we had been kicking around for a little while. We weren't exactly sure how we were going to deploy it. Then along came school, and I'd been seeing like these school advertisements on Facebook at least, and I was like, oh, what the hell that is, right? It's kind of weird. I think Stacy actually was like, man, you should check out school. So I did, and the more I looked at it, the more I realized it was something that I think will solve a lot of different pain points.
Okay.
Social media. Here's what I'm noticing at least on Facebook, right? It's our page has grown. We got like 6,000 some odd people. And there's a lot of posting happening and interactions down a bit. And it's kind of becoming this drive-by spot for people to just drop, we investigated this. So we got the videos showing up there. There's a lot of things getting buried, and the interaction and the back and forth just really isn't there, right?
Right.
And I think we actually, always what we wanted was a place where we interact, right? Because it's just Times Square sometimes, right? It's like all these ads and things that kind of get in the way of getting to the meat and gravy of what it really is supposed to be, at least. So we launched Get Haunted University on school. It's not searchable yet. It's not discoverable, I should say. We kind of brought a few people in just so we can start testing it, make sure everything works as it does, and it does. So to me, it's sort of a focused platform like Facebook, right? In terms of the features and functionality are there, meaning they use posts. There's a lot of things, a lot of cool things Facebook doesn't have, but it's something that we can all build together, right? Because basically what we have right now on Facebook, and it doesn't mean Facebook's going away, so nobody freak out. But what it does mean is, we're offering this space as a place for people who really want to interact and be engaged and help define the things that we put up there. And also, you can be a contributor as well, and we'll get to that in a minute. There's so many things, and we won't do a deep dive, but just wanted to show you some of what it is and what it means. So basically, if you got your community piece. Now, school is a very community driven platform, meaning your community is encouraged and actually rewarded. Hi, Brad Girl, and actually Brady Girl, rewarded for interacting, right? And the more you interact, the more you level up, right? And when you level up, it unlocks certain things for you. It's really cool, and it's pretty ingenious. So we've got the general, your regular posts, just like Facebook. You can go in there, you can comment, you can like it, you can laugh at it, whatever you feel like doing. But then we have the classroom piece, right? And this is the part for me that's very intriguing. So we're going to view this as a member. So we're building out some pretty cool content here. And some of it is, like Sarah's got a couple courses up already, and these will unlock once you reach a certain level. How do you reach a level? By interacting and talking and being part of the community. Intros to what the Veil method really is, Paranormal 101 and 222. We got all kinds of cool things. And then, right, we've got this cool calendar, which will show you everything that's coming up.
Now, are you actually clicking on that stuff? Because if you are, we don't see that.
Oh, then I'm on the wrong fucking page here. Thank you for
Because as you're
waiting
talking,
as
I'm like,
long
I
as
went,
you did.
no, I
All
was
right.
just thinking,
Hold on.
like,
Is it
so
moving now?
there's the community
All
page. So
right.
just so you guys can see what he's talking, because I was like, wow, I don't know if he doesn't want to show
No,
the
I had
classes.
no. I told you I had it open twice. So when you share your screen, it's like, okay, which one?
Oh, okay.
So all right, let me start over. Sorry, everyone. Here's your posts, kind of your community section. This is where we start. You know, the normal. This is very Facebook style, right? There are filters that you can use to find specific topics, which we're still building out, which is really cool and helpful because I don't know about you, but every time I go to our page on Facebook, like finding something can be really, really, really challenging.
Yeah.
So you can go in there, like I said, and you can like it, you can comment, you can put videos, links, you know, you can put GIFs in there, the whole 9 yards, right? I guess that's probably not the right one, but you can do it all. So that part in itself is very Facebook like. Here's the classroom.
There we go.
You can see it, right? So the classroom, we're loading up a bunch of courses. So let me view this as a guess, just so you get an idea. Now, don't look at this as complete. I'm just dicking around in here trying to make this thing work. So, you know, here's Sarah with, you know, 2 of Sarah's courses, right? One of them I completed. It keeps track of your progress, you know, and these things will unlock. You know, we just set these there for now. And it's not going to be all about, you know, paid courses or any. It's about a track, right? So, and it's not just going to be about investigating, right? If you're a team and you're eventually going to make merch, right? And then you come to me and there's people watching that know exactly what I'm talking about. There's a lot that goes into designing anything. And with AI, anything that you're going to print, especially to apparel, and with the AI being the thing now that almost every friggin' logo is created from, including the ones we're using here in some cases, you need to understand the challenges that AI presents to having something print. So I plan on doing a course to take you from 0 to 100, really, you know, everything that goes into creating a logo that's printable so that, you know, I don't have to friggin' charge you for hours of work to fix it. The veil method, we got, you know, basic stuff for new people. There's all these cool features inside of here that unlock over time, or however you want to do it. Here's your calendar.
Wait, before you move on, Brighty Girl, you're not going to be able to see that until it isn't yet something that you can actually search and find. We are still building out the actual university, which, you know, once we in our heads, we have like how many things we sort of want to have out there for you before we open up classes, right?
Well, I was going to kind of drop the link tonight.
Oh, are you?
I'm thinking it's almost time, but I wanted to talk to you about it and we can discuss this live.
Okay. Hey, Tom.
If you want. I mean, I feel like we might be close.
Yeah, school.
Yeah, it's school, SKOOL.com. You know, it's not oversaturated, and I did join another paranormal group over there, and they're just really cool people. And like, to me, this is where the people that truly want interaction and a community vibe rather than this big, you know,
like popularity contest,
you know, cluster of
at the lodge
of, you know, just stuff being dropped on every page possible. This is very focused and very defined. So we got that. You've got the calendar, which, you know, shows you everything that's coming up. You know, these are test ones, but I created a happy hour. You can go live from here. The lives, just like we're doing now, you can be a part of. Like a happy hour could literally be all of us, you know, on camera having a drink, bullshitting, talking. Then we have there's webinar capabilities, a lot. Like, I'm not here to sell school, but it is what it is. Then,
Mhm.
like, this is cool, right? This little map shows you where all your members are. It does adjust the placement of the pins
Mhm.
by 10 miles for, privacy issues or concerns, right? We've got, I'm pretty sure that would be our boy Stacy over there. Sarah's over here, Chris. So it's kind of cool to see where everybody's at and what,
Mhm.
across the board. Leaderboards are, it basically shows who's interacting. It's kind of cool.
Mhm.
Um, and that's how you can kind of figure out if you're um, where you're at to unlock the next potential cool thing you're going to get. And
Mhm.
the more little green bars you got there, the better off you'll be. You can kind of uh, get yourself and keep track of yourself. So yeah, there's just so much and there's really cool capabilities. And the best part is, we can kind of tailor the content we end up creating
Mhm.
around what you want. Um, and it's not just us, right? If you're a subject matter expert on something, you can 100%, you know, we'll put a course of yours up there. Like, you'll see Rob Reads the Dead up there eventually. There's a lot we can do. So
Mhm.
it's not an exit from the Book of Faces, but it's a place to gather and have more um, focused and I think collaborative interactions with people.
Yeah, hey Ryan. I think what I've really enjoyed so far, and it seemed like I fought it for a little bit. You know, what I like about the creativity of sharing with other paranormal people, there's so much out there on social media that's sort of on repeat. We kind
Yeah,
of have this constant, like it's the same old narrative, the same old sort of, we have to follow these very strict lines on what we do in the paranormal. So to be able to have that creativity in school, and for me, you'll see with my courses so far, kind of going back to the basics,
back to the basics.
bringing us back to the power of the question and destinations, more than
Yeah,
it's really asking us to be more mindful for me for what I'm putting out there. So it's been fun. I mean, it wasn't at first. I think I kept putting courses up there and then I would delete them and I was like, what the hell are you doing? And
yeah. It was. I was like, man, like just roll with it. And again, it's not going to all be about here's how you do this. I wanted very I want things there that will help people. If you're a new team and you're just starting out, like, what are that's why I did the merch one, right? People, they get all excited, they create this logo, and then they go out there and they send it off to custom ink, right? Whether you use me or not, doesn't matter, to do your merch. But they send it off to custom ink, and who doesn't give a shit how it's going to look. There's plenty of people and that could chime in right now. Like, you send me a bad logo, I'm not printing it because I won't do that to you. I just won't. I care about it and I won't put my name on something. So
Mhm.
when I get art and I look at it and it's got a bunch of transparent pixels, and that's going to print white no matter what we do, guys. So,
Mhm.
learning those things along the way, um, you know, I think are important, and it saves you time and money at the end of the day. So, helpful tips. And it sometimes doesn't even have to all be about the paranormal. It can just be about life. So, um, because the truth is everything we do is kind of about life, right? It's how we end up doing the things we do. Wow, sorry, I'm choking to death. Um, so I'm excited, Sarah. I think you're excited about it.
I am. I think the more that I sit down and I was like, I'm not gonna do courses. I think like I put up two or three and I took them down and I wasn't getting it. I wasn't understanding it for whatever reason, and took them down. And I was like, no, I'll just do the community page, Rob. I'll just kind of go back to the social media part within school. And then, I knew once I took a step back, and I think what I said is I'm going to stop pushing and pulling on it and just allow it to be what it's going to be. And it's sort of, I don't know, like all of a sudden my first course came to me and I thought it was really important. And that's the power of the question. And I thought, how very me. And it was fun doing it. It was fun putting it together. It was fun really sitting down and thinking about why these things are so important to me and what I would want my fellow paranormal investigators and curious minds to understand about, what happens what's past the typical questions,
Yeah, and I will say, and she didn't believe me, right? And she never believes me, but when I went through Sarah's first course, I was like, holy shit, this is so good. She's like, no, you're just saying. I'm like, she fights me on it every time, but she did that first, the one I went through so far. Really, really, it's really good. Whether you're sitting there and scrolling through it while you're going to bed, and that's the cool part is, you get to keep track. Yeah, Stace will take anything. I think the more that's out there for people, right? It could be anything from, how to make equipment to, how, like we're doing, apparel, like the whole nine. Anything that applies to not just the paranormal, but anything you do inside the paranormal. I don't know. If you want to make a course on how to save gas on the way to an event, and that's cool to me. But there will be standards.
Don't give away some of what I'm doing.
Is that what you're doing?
Well, no, but I think my destinations kind of touches a little bit.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Hey, Laura. I'm just saying.
So yeah, school could be cool. It's free for now. Down the road there might be a premium or even a paid model. I don't know. It's not free. School's not free. I would like to have it at the pro plan at some point, and I just need it to pay for itself. Plus it does help. It'll help keep at least those doors open. So yeah, Micah, you're going back to school, and it's with a K, so it makes it cooler.
Yeah.
Hi. So yeah, we're gonna have we're gonna launch school here soon. Apparently not tonight because we haven't had a chance to talk about it, but probably in the next day or two.
Yeah. Do we have any scholarships?
We might, right? We might.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be the cheapest school you ever went to. That much I can promise you. You may not need it for this. We're not looking to bilk people, but we'll get there one day. And I just love it. I feel like it's a breath of fresh air in many ways, and it'll kind of filter out the things that we just don't need. So that's where we're at. We will be very strict on, what gets posted. There won't be it won't be a spam central like we see on a lot of pages. So,
I think this platform, and maybe it's what I'm, look, there's no secret. It can be, after a while, those ebbs and flows of social media. There's only so much you can do. There's only so much you can take. There's only so much of like how much are you going to keep doing CPR on something that, just doesn't kind of yield what you want. Hey, Denise. So I feel like with school anyways, right? It's a purposeful place. It just is. And I feel like that's where, I don't know, like if you're going to go there, you're not just going there to post some crappy comment, it's really about like sitting in like the main areas of a college or university and like talking to each other and, hey, what courses are you taking? Or what are you getting your degree in?
Yeah. And there is, little tiny bit of an onboarding process, right? Where you do have to register before you can kind of just come in to Get Haunted University. And
Yes.
so, if you look legit, you'll get in, and that's about it, but that enables us to communicate with you also. So there's just a lot of really cool stuff. We've got hey, what's up, Eric? We've got the format down, I think. We figured out most of the nuts and bolts, and hope to make it fun. And we can, it'd be very different content than what you find over here on Facebook. And definitely what you find if you're watching from YouTube, definitely from there. Yeah. So, and if you're a person like D who hates social media or Facebook, well, you find a way to get you in there if you want. It's just very different. So that's that. That is school.
That is school. I'm excited. I'm excited that you want to. There she is. We knew D Hoot was here somewhere.
Yeah.
I think it's exciting on a lot of levels. I think it sort of pushes you in your area of interests as you're creating courses, to really sit down and think about what it is that you're doing and what you like and all that kind of stuff. So it's, to me, I'm excited to share my stuff at a different level, and I'm excited to see what they come back with and what they start to step up. Don't be a tool. Go to school.
Be cool at school. There's so many things like, the virtual NRI, which a lot of people have asked for, probably live over there on school. Eric Testicle, man. Okay. Wow. So yeah, again, cool with a K things coming when it comes to school. So hoping, again, next couple of days we'll have the link available. You can go, you can sign up, and I want to make sure we get the right people in at the right times before we start making changes, and we'll build it together. It's why I wanted to put this, put the link out sooner rather than later, because we need your help with this. We want it to be custom tailored pretty much to you. Makes sense?
It makes sense to me. I hope it makes sense to them. They all seem excited. It's just another way. It's just another way to do something and take, I believe, this interest to another level. Like, taking the paranormal to another level. We get it. Social media is saturated. You got it. You see everything there as far as what everybody's doing. Now it's time to get into actually learning, hands-on learning some new cool things, and and then stepping up and sharing your expertise.
100%. So we'll move along. We're already at 40 minutes. Can't even believe it. And since Sarah's in the witness protection program, and her FBI agents over there they're like, we gotta.
They're being weird. No, we're good.
We'll talk about this. We teased this a while ago. Auctions, right? So whether you know it or not, we have auction capabilities on Extreme Ticketing now. And I'll probably change the name of this to Extreme Auctions. We'll see what happens. Because of what I'm about to share, if I can share the right screen.
What are you about to share?
What?
So what are you about to share?
I'm going to share the auction site. So, inside of Extreme Ticketing now is, the Get Haunted Paranormally Blonde store, but one of the categories in there are the auctions. And these auctions are, literally everything you would think that you would find on eBay or Etsy and whatnot. Now, someone that has sold tons of shit on eBay, used to sell on Etsy. And if anybody here sells anything on either of those sites, you know the fees that you pay. It's crazy. So this capability is really, really strong because it's not like that at all. In fact, it's sort of a it's more of a subscription base. You know, it's a few bucks a month for to allow you to list your auctions, and there's no 13 up to 30% in some cases that these auction sites take. Anybody that wants to sell here, you're gonna become a verified seller, because so what I see, right, is there's shit for sale all over Facebook, you know, paranormal equipment, you know, oddities, candles, crafty stuff on Etsy mostly. It's very fragmented. And I think to have a marketplace where everybody can come together and put their wares up and save a friggin' fortune is really much needed. So it's essentially a paranormal marketplace in which you have all the control, right? And why you have to become a verified seller is because you can't come on here, sell shit, and then beat the people out of their products, because I will know who you are. But it's also why you will have your own payment processor. We don't touch your money. You know, the transaction happens there. What we see on Facebook's people getting burned all the time, right? I almost did once because a friend who sort of a big name was like, "Hey, dude, like this person's got all this equipment in there." And it was a good deal, and I almost fell for it, man. I almost fell for it. Once they sent their Venmo, I'm like, wait, this thing looks funny.
Yeah.
So, you know, you can go in, like I have it set. You can also place products for a fixed price, but you can do silent auctions. You can do the whole nine. You go in, you can set automatic bidding just like you can with eBay, and you can go on and on and on. And I populated it with some of my rare Ouija boards here, but there's a whole descriptions available, the whole nine. So we're going to be launching that here soon. So if anybody out there is here's my Aussie board, right? If anybody out there is looking for a better way, in my opinion, to start to step away from eBay and Etsy and start saving a shit ton. Hi, Devin. A shit ton of money on these type of listings. Just, you know, reach out, teach them. So I'm trying to seed it with maybe 5 or 10, you know, sellers in the beginning, just so we make sure it's smooth and runs and there are no problems. You will be bound to an agreement where, you know, you're going to give these people what they paid for. And what happens is you sort of come on the Extreme Ticketing roster as an event organizer with limited capabilities, so you can put your listing there. So if you do art, if you do crocheting and you sell your crochet items, whatever, it can be right there on Extreme Ticketing for the whole world to see. And you're basically plugging into our audience and every other you know, platform client that we have, and there's quite a few, and their audiences as well. So it's pretty damn cool. So that's coming next. That'll be out by this weekend.
Yeah, I love that. I think it's such a cool thing, and I agree with you. You know, often I've seen certain groups that, you know, sell equipment, and you really don't know. You really don't know who you're working with. And
no, you don't. And we are kind of working with Rob Walsack there. He has a rather large paranormal equipment group, and when I floated this past him, he was like, "That's actually really good. It's a really good idea, because it's so fragmented and all over the place, and there are no real safety mechanisms in place to protect the buyers, which we have here, right? Here you have a name and a face and protection via chargeback or whatever, whatever it is, if for some reason something goes wrong. Plus with the verified seller program, I have their info. So if they try to burn you, they're not gonna get very far.
Yeah.
So those are those things. Man, I mean, it's what we've been working on in the background, but I will say one more time, over at school, you're gonna love Sarah's. So like I think Sarah's hang up was us calling them courses, because technically that's what they're called, but they can be more like articles or guides or whatever.
Where I was hung up with, I thought it was like I was just writing a description and then like it would be a live thing. Like I thought like the course but you were like, no, this is the actual course.
But it can be, right? So a course could be a video where somebody gets on and says, okay, here's how we do this, and we work side by side, and everybody can be on screen, one person can be on screen, questions, reference files, all these cool things that we can do with this. But I threw you off. Oh, thanks. Yeah,
Devin.
Welcome to the Late Night Drive with Rob Stackowitz.
Yeah, but she's staring at me, so.
Yeah, I know. I've heard this line before.
Yeah.
So maybe you should just talk, and I'll hide it here. Hold on.
Oh no, he's gonna get his invisibility shield out. So is everything is a post
video form, or could it be live stream? Go ahead.
So yeah, like so some of it is just a reading course, right? So not everything has a video attached to it. Some might. That I just, if for whatever reason, like, I've been doing something like, we just do everything as a show. So now it's like, and what I really enjoyed when I was creating the course, right? Like, is that I got to really sit down and really think about like, okay, like this needs to be almost like a field guide for me. How is this something they can take? Can they take this with them? And Rob, tell me if I'm wrong or not. Can there be things for them on here that they can have little PDFs that they can also print?
Oh yeah. There's little, we can attach files. And some of them we even get to, you can pin a post to it. It's broken into chapters. Some of them are just super light reading, right? Like, hey, I'm just starting out. What the fuck do I need to know about how to do an EVP session? And we kind of take people through it. Now, for me, the way I approach the courses that I created are, so the basic level are, the unwritten rule guide, right? Everything you'll learn when you go to watch YouTube videos or the shit you've seen on TV. And that's fine, right? It's great. Everybody starts there. Then the more advanced courses, we start bringing in the get haunted flavor. At least this is how I'm approaching this with the ones I'm creating. So, EVP Basics will give you exactly that. Here's your recorder. Here's some things to do. Here's some things you probably shouldn't do. Don't whisper, blah, blah, blah. And then it starts to get more advanced, right? And we start to bring in some of the personal aspects of it that I use for EVPs, for example. Doesn't mean it's the only way, and that's why I say there might you know, if somebody else out there wanted to create an EVP course and reached out, like, hey, I've got really good content. I would love to see it featured over here. We can do that. That's totally part of it. And then when I, you know, said in the beginning, we want to build it with you, that is exactly it. And now when we pin a course to a chat over in the community over here, right? Like this post is pinned to that that course, and you can come over here and be like, hey, chapter 2, you spelled something wrong, or hey, chapter 2, you said to do this, and it didn't work for me. You know, you can interact that way. Each by the way, this is cool feature too. This little bell will send you notifications if there's an update to that post. So you don't have to get every notification, even if you comment on one, which is pretty dope and fly. 2 membership requests are pending already. That's cool. I can't open it because people's personal information will be there. So if we go into the advanced style, get deeper, much deeper, right? So Paranormal 101, again, you know, what's the crap that we're all going to need to get started? And then Paranormal 222, right? If you know us, you know the 2s are important. That's where we start getting a little bit deeper, a little more inner eye-ish. People have had a lot of questions about the veil method. So you can sit here, and I don't care if you're on the Shedder or not, you can sit here and scroll through. All right, what is the veil method? What's going to happen when I go to the veil method? You know, there's just a lot of cool stuff and features. Does that make sense now?
Yeah, I think why the 2s, Sarah?
What?
Sarah's asking why 2s. We have a big story there.
It's a long story.
Yeah, I think this makes great sense, and I think, you know, getting people in there, I think they'll you know, school for us, I guess, the field guide to all sorts of things, from paranormal to just even the befores you do any paranormal.
Yeah, let me show you this too real quick. So all right, let's view this as, so remember I said there were you know, tiers or levels. So like right now I have these set very high just because I'm testing it. But we can also, you know, it's called drip, where like we can create 4 courses, and the next course for EVP, you know, the next one after EVP basics will only show up for a specific user once they complete the first one. So there's really, really cool features here. And I think it encourages people to continue and to stay in and on track, if that makes sense.
Does it have in there, does it give you sort of a concept of sort of like time? You know, like some courses will say like this is a 5-hour course, or this is a, you know.
No, I mean, we can add that to the description. Yeah, I'm not creating 5-hour courses.
Right. I mean, and I think so far what I've sat down with, you know, is not meant to take you hours. What I'm trying to do is something super usable in the moment, right? So I guess more of that field guide situation than sitting down, memorizing something, you know, more commonsensical, you know, and then like start using it and start implementing it.
And any worksheets, or, you know, you're a field guide, or, you know, questions. So something what I thought about when I was going through your course, because there are some things you ask them to do. I want to show it, but I'm not gonna. There are some things you ask them to do that I'm going to turn it into a PDF and attach it to that course. So as you go through a chapter or a module of your course, you can be like, click and download it, print it out, and then take it with you when you go out to the field or sit in your living room or wherever. So it really is like school. And yes, Devin, there will be homework at some point, depending on the course, right? Like we don't want it, we want it to have meaning, and we want it to be useful and powerful. And I think this offers a lot. Stacy's going to put a couple of his courses in there, which are always good. He sent me like 85 gigabytes of videos. I still have yet to download for one of his courses that we'll put up there at some point. I have a couple messages out to some cooler, bigger names and out there that I want to do a hangout with. Fun people, you know. Let's just do a hangout. We all go live, come up on live, have a drink, talk. You can ask questions. One wrote a book. We'll talk. So there's some cool things, really cool things coming. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, I'm excited. I think it's sort of, you know, again, when you, for me, you know, social media just fallen so flat in so many areas.
Yeah.
And it's not because of you guys. I think it's just how it is set up and what it is truly meant to do. So I felt like, you know, moving over there and looking at what school offers, you know, I kind of have that excitement as I'm like, oh, I want to create a course in this and, you know, see how they're received.
That's the truth, right? And the people, at least most of the people that are here are the people that we had in mind when, I mean, it doesn't sound right. I don't know who's watching and that we don't know, right? But the people that interact with us and talk with us on a weekly basis are the people that we want to see over there, because you guys get to see the same thing we do over on the group page, which again, I'm grateful for. 6,000 plus members, but there's a lot of stuff. And if you saw the number of unapproved posts, if we approved every post that is submitted every day, you would never find anything. And we have tried to throttle that and change that, and it just doesn't work.
Well, we lose that interaction with you because it does become sort of a giant
Hodgepodge.
Yeah, hodgepodge. But on that, starting May 1st, I guess we should let everybody know, you know, officially the paranormal podcast program is coming to an end. You know, Rob and I didn't talk about really discussing this tonight with you guys, but just to let you guys know, been very proud. I am proud of the effort. I still love the idea. But as it just sort of becomes, you know, as we get into it, you know, listen, running a network, running shows, kudos to everybody out there that has a network on social media and they have it running super smooth. And, you know, that is their main focus. But you know, that really wasn't what the paranormal podcast program was. It was really more about helping host, and life changes and people, their interests change, and also their commitments, you know, their time to the commitment to a show changes. So as of May 1st, you're going to see that sort of disperse, not sort of, it is dispersing. I am grateful to everybody that joined and that wanted to join, and watching people that have never been a host become a host, watching shows grow, watching shows connect, watching people get that one guest they always wanted to get. It's been a real honor. I loved working with everybody, but at this stage in the game, you know, we have to start focusing in on some things also for ourselves. And so we have to say goodbye to the podcast program, but it will forever be in my heart.
Yeah, same. You know, this was something I fought Sarah on initially, but, you know, we're a business, right? And we all, a lot of what we do for free. We just do. And it takes time. And we had people helping, like Trevor helping, Courtney helping. You know, little things come up, people get disconnected, and then, I've had to pull over on a highway to reconnect someone because their show was in 4 minutes and they didn't check it until 5 minutes ago. And it's just, it becomes a lot. So, and at the same time, when you're giving all that energy up, you start losing it for your own thing. Um, but so like this show won't go away. There might be a couple that stick around with us that are easy, and it just yeah. So yeah,
Well,
I
you'll
think
see some shows. That again, I think the Get Haunted Paranormal Podcast program, it was an amazing run.
Yeah.
And it really did prove, to watch other hosts inspire and motivate other hosts, that was the goal. It wasn't about collecting shows. It was about truly hosts stepping up to other hosts and helping inspire on those days that you just were like, I don't want to do it, or do I want to continue to do this? They did. And yes, Trevor, it was fun. And over time, the needles in the haystack did get heavy. It's a lot of work. Again, we had a lot of irons in the fire. And it wasn't always fair to the podcast program. And then when we gave it to it wasn't fair to the network. So it just sort of became one of those things where we had to decide, what we needed to let go. These shows that are, by the way, going to continue on their own accord, are still going to be wildly successful. They're going to continue to grow, and we encourage you, like we have always encouraged you, to please go and populate their pages, their YouTubes, their Facebook pages, wherever they're on Instagram, to go over there, populate those pages and watch them and support them. I get it. Scrolling through Facebook on Get Haunted, it's hard not to see Get Haunted. We're sort of everywhere. It would pop up. That's great. But please don't forget these shows. Don't forget these hosts. They work hard. They're committed. They're really talented. They are great conversations. So don't forget about the shows. Just because you don't see them on Get Haunted main page anymore, please don't ignore them. Please go find them on their pages. Please continue to support them. I will forever be grateful for the ones that trusted me, that stepped up and were like, yeah, let's do this. I really do. It was hard. It was hard to let this baby go, but it was time. It wasn't fair to them anymore. And it certainly wasn't really fair to us. So yeah, there's that.
Oh, thanks, Brady. Yeah, it is mind-blowing, right? Like, I'm assuming you're talking about, for merch and whatnot. We'll jump back to that, but yeah. So thank you to everybody that helped make that thing. That was Sarah's baby. Everybody knows that Rob is overprotective. So when it was a big stressor for her, I would get spun up over it because, I hated seeing that level of stress with her. But no matter what, in the end, it'll all become what it's supposed to be. It's not a farewell. It's just a change in direction so that we
redirect. And we do hope that the hosts will continue to promote on to promote on the network so people know where to find you, because to me, shows are just that great way to communicate with each other. It's so cool to watch everybody sort of bloom into who they how they want to share their paranormal. I love it. So please, to the host, we do hope you continue to promote. That's not going away. But you're just we just hope that we move everybody, redirect them.
Absolutely. Yeah. Shirts,
Excellent.
mugs. Yeah. That's my life pretty much every day. I'm either working on mugs, working on shirts, trying to keep up with everything that I'm way the hell behind on. So, it's, but again, getting designs in, people use AI, and now, the big new thing is DTF, right? Direct to film, before anybody gets silly about that. So direct to film is a very different process than screen printing. And with screen printing, you can get away with some things that you cannot get away with DTF. The DTF printers don't care. They just don't care about your file. So if you have semi-transparent pixels in an image, anyway, we don't need to get into all of the crazy details, but a semi-transparent image will print white, or a pixel will print white. So that little bit of color that in the gradient, or this wispy smoke that everybody likes to use, that AI is like, hey, this will be great for a shirt. It prints white instead of the color you think, because all DTF prints need a white background. I have a good example here. So yeah, it's a lot different than ink. And that's where we're at. So, oh yeah, 16. Oh, look at you. All right, we'll have to talk. So yeah, so there's some good shit coming, folks. Sarah is probably at the end of her furlough here.
Can you hear? It's
hear
getting
her.
it's getting a little bit nutty. And thank you, Adam. I am in an undisclosed location that is apparently my ask of an hour of quiet has come to an end. Yeah.
So Brady, just email me, rob@gethaunted.com. We'll chit chat. But yeah, so that's it. Everything from design services to deep dive, spiritual stuff. You will find it over there in School with Us. And we're excited to bring that to you. Yeah. That's where we're at. So that's our Wednesday night show.
It is. It's Wednesday night.
Yeah, no wispy. I don't want any more wispy. But that's where we're at. Yeah. And I hope the rest of your night is fun.
Yeah, it will be. Yeah, and we are into April. Warmer weather's coming. Some fun.
Here last week, and it dropped down to 40 something. Yeah, you can do Ouija boards with DTF. It's freaking awesome. But I want to know what kind of printers you have. So let's talk about that. But yeah, that is that.
That is that. So yeah, so we'll keep you guys posted on when school will be open. And we hope to see you over there. Hey, Adam 2.0, how you doing? We'll see how, we hope to see you over at school. You're going to see us on social media, but let's go try something new together, right? Let's build something new together. It's time to get it going. It's been 4 years. So let's do that.
Let's do it. 4 years, people. Let's get our shit together. We only got 1 year. Most businesses fail in the first 5, right? We got one more.
Yeah.
We got one to go. So don't let that shit happen.
Yeah, we got it. We're going to do that. But so with that, you guys, it is Wednesday. Go finish off your week with a great, big, giant pile of positivity somewhere. Not toxic, but
or
just positive.
Stop.
I hate when you show that. The way it looks on screen is crazy. But gosh, what did you miss? All sorts of things, Adam. Go check out School soon. SKOOL.com. You're going to be seeing some cool stuff from Get Haunted University. So go back, check that out. Hey, Kaylee, love you. So you know what we say here on Get Haunted and Paranormally Blonde. We see you, we do, and we certainly appreciate you. That's never going to change. And we do so much love you. Thank you guys for being the good in the community. Go out, do something kind for somebody. Don't forget to check out BBK, Be Badass and Kind. Because you never know where those coins are going to show up next.
There's merch coming for that.
Yeah, merch coming for that. So with that, everybody, have a good night, and we will see you later.